Welcome to Outer Limits, an exploratory web series on the science of awareness and behaviour. A very wise man once told me that whenever I take advice or undertake new learning, I should ask the presenter two questions. Who are you and what have you done? So let me answer those for you right now. My name is Karen McTackett, that's me there. I'm a coach, a trainer, facilitator, presenter and writer. I have a deep love of science, behavioural psychology and education. Also have a bit of a love of horror. Now, I did mention that I'm a writer. I'm actually a horror writer. I'm not going to get into that though. We're going to keep that one off on the side. So I do have a wee bit of an addiction to learning new things. So over the years, I've accumulated a few pieces of paper. So I have a Bachelor of Science Honours in Geology. I have a Graduate Diploma of Astronomy. I have a Master of Arts in Writing. A Cert 4 in Workplace Training and Assessment, and I'm currently studying advanced levels within my accredited professional coaching program. I also am an associate member of the International Coaches Guild, so totally proud to be a She Nerd Rock On, yeah? So what I do is I work with people that have come to a fork in the road, and perhaps they're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or lost, whether it be in their career, relationships, or life in general. And because of that, they're procrastinating from making decisions or changes and perhaps even self-sabotaging. And what I find is that it often comes down to a disparity between their values, goals, and belief. So what I do is I work with them around this internal structure and the rest gets taken care of along the way. Who out there can relate? I know I can. I self-sabotage my way out of becoming a paleontologist. I use my average level relationship as an excuse to self-sabotage my career. I was all set to do a PhD and I used excuses and self-sabotage to avoid the fear, to avoid the journey, and to avoid the magnificent growth and challenge that I would have experienced from that journey. But that's a story for another day. I'm quite sure that along this web series that will probably come up. I don't doubt it, but for now we'll leave that one to the side. I have a strong affinity to those in the scientific field because of my background, and what drew me to coaching as a profession was not the woohoo factor. In fact, that drove me away from my calling for a good 8 years. What finally connected me was the scientific evidence and the studies and the seemingly incredible. There's deep-rooted in scientific fact. This is the science of awareness. The neurology and behavioural psychology of being the best version of you. Yes, there is a science to fulfillment and success. Now, the Outer Limits is a unique blend of science, awareness, and behavioural psychology. It's an exploration of the science of awareness and behaviour. So some of the subjects that we'll be exploring through the Outer Limits include the perfectionist myth, the needs of humans and aliens, relationship hacks for nerds like us. Now, who out there is a nerd? And come on, let's face it, these days we can be proud to be a nerd and that's epic on its own. But relationships can still be a bit of a struggle. So we're going to look at some hacks around relationships, and that's going to be a lot to do with the kinds of things that drive people, because we all have different core needs, we all have different values. So we're going to explore that a little. Also, we're going to look at quantifying your quality through the fulfillment formula. Now, this is an actual formula that has been designed to take into account several elements that when put together, when combined, creates this wonderful level of fulfillment. So you won't want to miss that one. We'll also be doing the science of language and also RAS manipulation. Now, if you know what the RAS is, you'll have some idea. That's taking us along the lines of you get what you focus on. So obviously there's a couple of different, or quite a few different topics that we'll also explore. Now, I know you're going to want to keep track of when the new parts of the series come out. I know you're going to want to know when those are due, so you can follow it up, especially when we hit the relationship hacks and also quantifying your quality. And let's face it, all of them, they're all going to be fantastic. So what I need you to do is jump over to the website that we've got on the bottom of the page there. Okay, it's eepurl.com/CSSBV5. Now, I don't know if the capitals matter on that. It is a MailChimp account, so I'm not too sure. But anyway, look, head over to that site, pop in your name and your email address, and that'll indicate to me that you want to know when I've got the next one coming out, and we can send you through an email, let you know, and then you can head over to the YouTube account. Also, obviously, subscribe on this YouTube account. That's the other way that you'll know when they're out. Jump over onto the MailChimp site, though, pop your details in, and I'll keep you up to date with other things that are happening as well. Apart from the Outer Limits, I've also got a program that I'm currently designing that'll be out in the next couple of days, and it's called the BUST Program for Goals. Okay, busting your goals. And it is around creating goals that have an emotional connection so that you're going to achieve them. It's goals with reason. It's goals with purpose, okay? And what we do is we break those goals down, right down into small achievable tasks. So over the next 90 days, we keep it at 90 days. It's a doable time frame. Over the next 90 days, you can make sure that you're achieving those goals by doing 1 hour blocks at a time. Now, apart from that, there's also a lot of mindset work around this. It's going in and connecting with your future self and finding out what your future self can tell you has already happened. Now, it might sound a little weird, might sound a little bit of woohoo, but there is neurological science behind that, okay? And it is a new program that I've created around that scientific evidence. So I'd love to speak to you further about that. Pop your details in though, and I can send you through some more information about that. Apart from that, as a writer as well, I do writing retreats, and that's in regard to creating a non-fiction product, okay? Whether you want to call it a product or book, I don't really care, but it's around creating something in a 5-day period that you can publish, have online, and be selling and sharing your message, all right? Those retreats currently happen in a beautiful place down in Tasmania, right on the beach. Absolutely lovely and fantastic. I'll be running 2, maybe 3 of those next year. So if you're interested in that, definitely let me know as well. If you do want to contact me via email, I'll pop the email address under the page. You can reach me at karenmscoaching@gmail.com. That email address will change in the future, and when it does, I'll come back and I will edit this recording. But for now, look, it's been fabulous having you here. Thank you for being on this for the welcome. The next thing that you'll be getting is the Perfectionist Myth. That'll be coming out in the next few days. So definitely jump on that page. Make sure you keep up to date. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. Make sure that you know exactly when that's coming out, because the Perfectionist Myth is going to be absolutely fantastic. I'll see you then. Thanks so much. Bye.